Hello students. In continuation to the first lesson, representation of geographical features, in this part we will learn about the essential features of a map, types of maps and some geographical features. In order to make it easier for people to understand a map, some features are used in maps. The essential features of map include title, direction, grid, legend, and scale. You must remember that these features are internationally accepted all around the world. So let us understand each feature in detail. Title. The title of a map tells us about the information that the map bears. For example, a map titled World Physical will show the major physical features of the world. Similarly, a map titled World Political will show all political divisions of all the continents across the world. You might know the four main directions: east, west, north, and south. These directions are called the cardinal directions. There are four intermediate directions in between these cardinal directions. They are northeast, southeast, southwest, and northwest. Any map that you see always points towards the north. This is represented with the north line. North line is a line with an arrow and the letter N printed above it. The arrow of the north line points towards the geographical north. The next essential feature of a map is the grid. It is a network formed by the intersection of vertical and horizontal lines, that is, longitudes and latitudes drawn on a map. These lines measured in degrees help to locate places. They work as an address for a place in the map. So the geographical location of New Delhi with map is 28.37 degree north and 77.2 degree east. Try finding geographical locations of some places using an atlas. It's going to be fun. As it is difficult to show some features like forests, bridges, post offices, railway lines, settlements, mountains, and lakes on a map, some different colors, symbols, and letters are used. These common signs and symbols used in maps that are internationally accepted are called conventional signs and symbols. So every map has a legend or a key which explains the different colors and symbols used in it. When we look at a map, say that of India, we know that it is not its actual size. So how a large area on the ground is fitted on a small size of paper? This is done with the help of a scale. A scale is defined as the ratio between the distances on the paper to the corresponding distances on the ground. Let's take an example. The scale of a map given as 1 centimeter equal to 500 kilometer states that 1 centimeter on the map is equal to 500 kilometers on the ground. To represent scales in different ways, there are three types, namely verbal scale, linear scale, and representative fraction. In verbal scale, the units are mentioned on the map. It is very easy to interpret such a scale. A linear scale helps in the direct measurement of distance on a map. It is in a line form, which is divided into primary and secondary divisions. When the ratio between the map distance and the ground distance is represented as a fraction, it is said to be in the representative fraction scale. Please make a note that the representative fraction is simply a ratio without any units. On the basis of the scale used, maps are of two types: large-scale maps and small-scale maps. Let us understand each of them. In a large-scale map, a small area of land is shown on a large space. It means it shows a small area with details. The distance on the ground used here is small, so that more details of that area can be shown. Both natural and human-made features are shown in detail with suitable colors and appropriate signs and symbols. So to show a town or a city, we use a large-scale map. On the other hand, a small-scale map shows a large area of land on a small space. Here, the scale may be 1 centimeter is equal to 500 kilometers. This says that not many details of the area can be shown. Some examples of small-scale maps are world maps and continent maps. Having learned about the essential features of maps, let's learn some important geographical features. These geographical features have contributed in the formation of various landforms. Rivers. A river is a natural flow of water, usually in a definite channel, moving down from mountains or hills towards a sea, lake, or inland basin. Can you tell which state of India has the most number of rivers flowing through it? Have you ever wondered why rivers don't flow straight? When a river flows across a plain, the gentle slope of the land causes the river to flow slowly and in a zigzag manner, forming broad, sweeping curves or loops. Such curves and loops are called meanders. As a large river flows, it is joined by small rivers or streams. Such small rivers or streams are called tributaries. They join the large river in its upper or middle course. These tributaries increase the volume of the large rivers, thereby making it broad. When the river moves towards the sea, it becomes very slow and is unable to carry the entire volume of water in a single channel. Hence, it starts splitting into several small channels called distributaries. All the sediments carried by a river and its distributaries are deposited at its mouth, giving rise to a triangular-shaped region covered with silt. Such a region near the mouth of a river with a network of distributaries is called delta. Can you name the world's largest delta and by which rivers is it formed? We all know to draw mountains. Do you know what the upward and the downward folds of the mountains called? Well, the upward folds are called anticlines, while the downward folds are called synclines. They normally occur together. The anticlines and synclines are found in the fold mountains only. On the other hand, when two lithospheric plates move away from each other, cracks or faults occur in the Earth's crust, and the horizontal layers of rocks break down into several blocks. These blocks either get uplifted or subside along the plane of fault. The uplifted blocks are called block mountains, and the subsided blocks are called the rift valleys. Try finding some examples of fold and block mountains. Students, we have come to the end of our lesson now. Happy learning. Thank you.